From Wayward Social in Marshalltown, this is Bobcat Live.
Welcome into Bobcat Live. Not my strongest start there, Coach.
Hey,
I'm not.
we're here.
That voice isn't as strong as it usually is.
Hey,
This busy week of basketball's taken out of me.
I know.
You had a guy hit 1,000 points. I mean, you're not making it easy on me here.
I turned on the radio this morning. I thought they got a new guy on the show. Who is this?
You're probably hoping they got a new guy
He's on
the morning
kicks right
show.
now. It's not Brandon. They fired him.
Monday night, 64-33, the final score. You down north, a redemption game after you went on the road. You lost there. That was kind of a weird game. And then Monday night, when you took down north, that game, somebody was talking to me about it, and I was just like, they were. I mean, I know Kyle was going for 1,000, and he kind of knew it there at the end, but your guys all night long, it wasn't just him. I mean, Jacob had a great game. Damian, the freshman, had another nice game. Drake, your guard, had a great game as well. But Kyle had a superb game, getting 23 points, getting to 1,000. But they were just hunting baskets out there. It was just a really fun game to be a part of. What was kind of your reaction looking back on it and all those different things kind of coming together?
Yeah, I think it starts with that third quarter. We had a huge third quarter where we outscored them 26-5, and just saw the ball go in the hole a few times. Got out in transition. Drake did a great job of finding guys, getting easy shots, and once we got rolling there, it was hard to slow us down. So that was really fun.
Yeah. 4-1 in your last 5 games. 4-game winning streak heading into postseason play. Obviously, the old cliche: you want to be playing your best basketball at the last point of the season, and that's what your team's doing right now. On the defensive side, you limit them to 33 points. You score 64. 70's kind of evaded you all year long as far as that point total. But to see them not only knock a few buckets down, but a lot of buckets in a row in a quick, fast hurry, you feel really solid about how you kind of ended regular season with that momentum going into Monday night?
Yeah, absolutely. Just our sharing the ball, taking good shots, not forcing the issue by any means. And our defense was very consistent there where we, I think they scored 33 points. So, I mean, which our defense has been very solid most of the season. So it's good to get a rhythm offensively, obviously, see that ball go through the hole and then get it moving and making right choices and seeing a lot of guys, a lot of different guys score it and just understanding kind of the shots we want them to take is obviously kind of where we want to be going into postseason.
Kyle Smith gets 1,000. What was that feeling like for you as a coach?
It's great. It's awesome for Kyle. He puts in so much work. Not just him. Jacob's here tonight with him. I mean, those two guys, if they're doing something, they're usually doing it together and they're working on their games. So.
Including getting some chocolate milk at Quick Start.
Exactly.
Together. I mean,
yeah.
It's a commitment.
Yeah. Kyle needs to drink about 3 more of those a day, and we'll be all right.
I'll save this. I was going to save this for his segment, but in the post game, he mentioned what it was. I've been called skinny my whole career and stuff like that. But that's one thing about him is that with his frame, sometimes he does things that a guy with that kind of frame gets. Maybe he gets bumped, but he spins out of it and knocks down a shot at the free throw line. Not having that be a negative, but turning it into a positive is in his situation too. Talk about how important that is.
Yeah, I mean he's gotten a lot bigger from his freshman year. I mean it's just the kind of the body frame he has. That's how he is.
Yeah.
I mean as he gets to college, he'll get stronger and he'll get bigger, but.
How much bigger?
Looking back at probably 20, 30 pounds. I mean, once it's all said and done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, obviously. But looking back when he was a freshman, he'd come in and we'd kind of split by grade level sometimes. So we'd have freshmen, sophomores, and then juniors, seniors in one gym. And I'd watch Kyle in open gym, and he'd hit like 25 threes in a row. It's like, all right, Wake, we got something here.
We got a little potential here.
So that was, he just, it would just be, I'd just kind of wait for him to miss. Like, when's he going to miss a shot here? And, so, I mean, we knew kind of early on he could shoot it.
Yeah.
These guys have been coming to camp since they've, been 10, 11 years old, and the progression you see for both these guys is just huge. Jacob looks totally different from each year to year, and Kyle does too.
What do you think, like, for Jacob? I mean, he comes obviously into the season. I felt like he finished last year pretty solid. Felt like he was playing some of his best basketball of his career, but this year it's just been a total step up. He's had the most points he's ever scored as far as his years on varsity and playing, and the patience and the be able to create not only at three, but, mid-range and inside. I mean, I look back to the Des Moines East game when he took on Williams at the free throw line, and that's a big boy right there, and he spins out of it and goes to the hoop. I mean, those are things we just haven't seen from Jacob in the past.
Oh, he took over that game in that fourth quarter. I mean, he made some huge plays for us when we needed it, grabbed some rebounds when we needed it. But just he's playing with a lot of confidence throughout the entire season, and that just doesn't happen. It comes with hard work in the off season and buying into what we're telling him to do and what he needs to work on. And he did all those things. So I'm incredibly proud of Jacob and the player he's become, and obviously a guy we need to play really well for us to have success, and he's done that more times than he hasn't throughout the entire season.
Yeah. Last question for you, kind of on Kyle Smith, and obviously 1,000 points in his career, all-time leading three-man. He's right up there with some of the greats in Bobcat history. You look at Don Nelson in the 60s, who had to do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah. There was no three-point arc. Kyle's knocked down 221 threes, I think it is, in his career, and yeah, that's an extra 200 points just from the three-point arc. Armani Thomas, obviously, at number one. Chance Creekmer is up there. And who's the other one? Is it?
I don't know, that guy.
Yeah. Somebody named Luke?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Is he any good?
He was all right, yeah. He shot it with the wrong hand, but it went in.
To be kind of in that class of athletes here.
It's great when you start looking at that list. That's a lot of good basketball players on that list, and the awesome thing about with Kyle is his basketball is still ahead of him. I mean, he works extremely hard at it. He's very passionate about it. He loves the game. He's a guy that wants to do it every single day. And you get him into a college setting where that's kind of what you do every day. I mean, it's just going to skyrocket, and he's going to continue to get better and better.
All right, Iowa City High, Monday night, Class 4A, Sub-State 4. The Hawks 6-14 out of the Mississippi Valley, which is a pretty decent conference for basketball. You take a look at that matchup. They've got a 6'6" guy inside. He's averaging a double. What's kind of your scouting report? What you kind of know about Iowa City?
Yeah, they're a big guy. You can start right with him. Inside, he's 6'6". He's left-handed. Can score in a variety of different ways. He can dribble it. Take you off the dribble. He can post you up and score it that way. Not afraid to shoot the three, but he rebounds it extremely well. He averages 10 rebounds a game. And is, 3 of those come on the offensive end. So we got to get a body on him, make sure we block him out. You got some solid guards that have the ability to score it as well that we need to be solid on, but he's kind of their guy.
Yeah. What do you? I mean, I know, like, at this point, it is what it is. You can't do anything to change anything about it. But this year, Dylan and I just talking about seedings and pairings, girls and boys. It just almost doesn't make sense to a little bit. Did you have a little bit of that feeling looking at maybe the sub-state matchups and seedings and all that?
Yeah, a little bit. But, I mean, ultimately, this is who we got. We can't change it. We got to just focus on Iowa City High and go from there. There's always what-ifs at the end of the day, and I'm sure everyone feels that way about their own bracket. But ultimately, we got to be ready to play whoever we're going against.
Yep, sounds good. Coach, Monday night, we'll see you at 7 o'clock tip-off. I know you have the guys ready. You had a good practice today?
Yeah.
Hopefully you have school tomorrow.
Yeah, we did. We had a good practice. Hopefully you feel a little better.
Thanks.
Get some Lasingers and rest that throat up.
We've got a few days to go
Monday,
before. Appreciate it as always. Give it up, head coach Mike Apple with us here on Bobcat Live. We'll be joined by the guys we were talking about, Kyle Smith and Jacob Hayes, when we come back right here on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Scooter's Coffee is going bananas, literally. Treat yourself to banana bread hot or iced lattes, creamy latte blenders, and fresh banana bread muffins. Need something refreshing? Sip a berry spritz soda, light, bubbly, and perfect any time of day. Craving cozy? Try salted caramel waffle lattes, hot or iced, or a smooth sea salt caramelicious as a latte, cold brew, or blender. And don't forget the French toasty sandwich, warm, sweet, and satisfying. Plus, Cinnalicious drinks are here for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Back in on Bobcat Live, Jacob Hayes, Kyle Smith on with us here tonight. Kyle, I was thinking about, 1,000 points, and, maybe we could reminisce about that in the process. But if you watched any of our broadcasts, if you watched any of our Cat Connections, our Bobcat Lives, we probably talked about it ad nauseum a little bit. So I thought I'd start out with, because Mark Bohan's here, and he said, I usually start out with a personal question. So I was thinking to myself, you know what you and I have in common with our basketball careers?
I don't.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
You know how many varsity points I scored? I actually didn't go out my senior year. I just decided to play pep bands. So I was into it though, and we had a ruckus student section. I'll tell you that.
Hey.
And I think we got one of the star players from the other team, Grettinger Terrell. We hated them up in Northwest Iowa. Absolutely. Joey Thomas is his name. I still remember it. I think we got him kicked out of a game one time because he was yelling at us. So that's the student section we had. Anyway, I've just always been a huge basketball fan, and I just want to say from my angle, covering you as a player, and you too, Jacob, I mean, it's so fun because you guys are, one, Jacob's always smiling, and Kyle's not soon far behind smiling as well. But I could just tell how much, one, you love being a Bobcat. I love when you told me, I can't get my daughter to start saying "Go Bobcats" young enough when you saw her the other day. But I love how you guys bleed the red and blue and your passion for the game. I mean, how important is it, for the younger kids when they see you, they come up and they congratulate you like they do after the games, just being a Bobcat and enjoying that experience?
Oh, I mean, it means a lot. Everybody's just giving, us so much time and energy. The community's done a great job of supporting us every single game, coming into the road games, just being there for us. So we know we just go out there, play as hard as we can, and just try to give back the best we can in the way they're giving to us.
Yeah. Because I thought at the Des Moines East game, you guys had one of your better road crowds that we've had all year.
For sure. No, it was loud over there. They were loud.
Yeah. That kind of inspire you, Jacob,
Yeah.
And then after they come back down by 11, Jacob gets on KCCI.
The one game I go 3 for 16.
Lights were too bright.
Yeah. But Jacob did a great job on KCCI, and we attribute some of that to being on KFJB-TV. Jacob, 277 points this year. You had 31 as a sophomore, 146 as a junior. Talk about your progression and probably maybe hanging out with this guy that's kind of led to the big jump for you.
It's just been, staying in the gym, staying consistent. I mean, there's always ups and downs with basketball, especially. Sometimes, shots aren't going to fall. Sometimes it's just going to be like that. So it's just kind of working through it and keeping with it. I'd say that's a big part of it, working with the guys over the off season as well.
Yeah. What kind of, I know it's hard because you're kind of in the moment, but what's something you hope to kind of leave behind for the program to kind of continue the success that you guys are building right now?
I would say it's probably just our consistency at practice, you know what I mean? Just working hard every day, and this year I feel like we haven't really had any attitude issues at practice. We've just kind of been working hard and working at it, and that's helped us a lot in our games.
Yeah, how about you Kyle? Because I know you also mentioned in your post-game interview on Monday night just about the fact of that, don't let anybody that counts you out for however you look or however all those different things, those outside things, concentrating on you and doing the most. Is that kind of one thing you hope to leave behind as well?
For sure. That and just showing up and working hard every day. That's the main thing. There's no shortcuts to getting the success or anything like that. It's just showing up, working hard every single day, and really believing in yourself that you can accomplish big things.
Yeah. Iowa City High postseason play, Class 4A, sub-state number 4 is going to be on Monday night. It's a matchup that, I don't know the last time the Bobcats. I couldn't find anything in my records last time we played Iowa City High in basketball. So is that kind of exciting or seeing a different challenge, a different opponent, and preparing maybe in a different way than, seeing Lincoln for the second time around, that kind of thing? Jacob?
A little part of me was hoping it was Mason City. I'm kidding. No, but, I was kind of excited to see that it was someone we haven't really played just because, it's always fun to play new people and new teams and just kind of play that way. You know what I mean?
Kyle?
Yeah, no, it's always exciting, playing people from different conferences. I always like, playing those teams that, have a few guys that we can go out and guard. It always gives me and the guys a chance to go out and compete with them. So, I enjoy it.
Yeah. They got a 6'6" guy that we talked about with Coach, but your guys' defense, top 5 in the state in Class 5A. I look at Ty Sanchez-Evans, a big man. First time you played Ames around when they had, DJ Bajik and Mirach Dow, who's injured now. But, you guys have maybe lacked a little bit of that height, but your defensive intensity and matchups, you guys have been able to match up with that. And Jacob, you're one of the guys that's kind of in the lead down low. Where do you think your defense collectively has kind of come together to be able to lead, that it doesn't matter if they got a 6'6" guy, you guys will try to figure that out on the fly in the game?
A lot of it's being a little more physical with the taller guys and get them out of their comfort zone where they're not just catching and laying it up. And then the other side of it's like the help side, backside where they can't just lob it over the top or not making it easy to get them the ball. More often than not, I feel like is most of it.
Yeah. Well, we hope to see a phenomenal crowd out at the Roundhouse on Monday night. Anything you want to say to the fans to show up and support you guys?
Come to the game.
Give it up, Jacob Hayes, Kyle Smith. It's been awesome to talk with you guys, and wish you nothing but the best of luck, all right?
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. We'll continue with Bobcat Live when we come back right here on KFJB-TV.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
When you're craving something quick, tasty, and satisfying, think your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. From hot made-to-order favorites like burgers, chicken strips, and fries to the Dairy Queen classics you love, blizzards, cones, sundaes, and shakes. Be sure to check out the monthly featured treats and limited-time favorites, always giving you something new to try. Whether it's lunch, dinner, or a sweet treat, just because. Your Marshalltown Dairy Queens has you covered. 2 convenient locations, South Center Street and North 3rd Avenue in Marshalltown, where happy tastes good every day.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders. just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at VanWyckWoodbuilders.com.
Back in on Bobcat Live, Wayward Social, and Scott Johannes, one of my favorite people to talk to. It's not soccer season, but I see this guy everywhere.
You sure
You're
it's not
driving
soccer
everywhere.
Season? Look at that weather.
I know. It is. It is absolutely. I've seen past couple days, guys have been down there on the field getting ready.
It's been busy.
It has.
Yeah.
That's good. Everything's kind of building here and building off of years past success. Your team has just over the past couple of years just continued to ramp it up. And, where do you kind of – you had a lot of great kids on the team last year. You lose a lot of seniors. But, man, you bring back a whole lot coming up this year that I'm sure you have to be excited about.
Oh, we're very excited. It's one of those when you're returning 14 guys from last year's roster, and 8 of them are returning starters. That's a good nucleus to start with and kind of fill in some of those spots, because there was a couple pieces that we struggled in filling last year, and so we found some of those guys, and they're moving up, and we've had some great move-ins from around the country that are looking pretty good in some open courts. So.
Have you been recruiting overseas?
No, it's just kind of amazing where
people come from, right?
It is. It is. We've got one guy that you'll meet later. His background is pretty interesting. Grew up in Brazil.
Oh wow!
Yeah, not born there, but grew up in Brazil, and
wow.
then went to Florida and then played there for a while, and then moved up here this year.
Why? It's Iowa.
Well, he wanted to be a Bobcat.
Continuing to move north. I don't know about that strategy, but one thing that I love, just kind of looking over the schedule coming into this year, is Scott. I truly believe that you do not fear anyone on your schedule. You have put some phenomenal matchups out there this year. You're going to take on Ames, obviously, a typical matchup, but that was a great match last year. Yeah. You're going to go on the road at Valley. You host Perry, and that'll be at Franklin Field, which is really cool.
That's going to be a fun match.
Yeah. You take on Ankeny. That one you were supposed to play last year, but got rained out or something was happening.
Yeah, a little bit of a storm.
Yeah, a little bit of a storm, yeah. And then you're at Prairie plus a solid Iowa Lions conference matchup. So you've got Hoover and Roosevelt in there and all that stuff. So, you're just not afraid to go after the big dogs, are you?
No. Actually, those matches, Valley reaches out to us every year. And they've wanted to play us, and we've wanted to play them. We just hasn't worked out in our schedule. And so last year we were able to get into their invitational tournament, and our hope was that eventually we would draw them. And then they called us this year again and say, hey, you want to come back to the tournament? And we did, and so we drew them in the opening night. So it worked out that we're just only going to be able to play one match in that tournament, though. It's a unique tournament, a great invitational. They get people from not only Iowa, but also from Nebraska that come over to play. So it's a great caliber team.
I think Millard's there. They're always a pretty tough Omaha school and stuff like that. So, that'll be a great schedule. You've got, about a month and a half until you get going. Your first game, March 30th against North. What's that kind of work? When's everything start to kind of fall into place as far as practices and everything?
First official practice day is March 16th, so we'll have it. Then we go, like you said, north 2 weeks after that. So we're just definitely want to be able to hit that ground running. Have the guys, we've been getting together once a week now for just open gyms where they just divide into teams and just play and just. Of course, we took advantage of some nice weather and been out on the turf and turned the lights on for the guys to get the feel of it there. Mm-hmm. And then this weekend's happening, and so we'll be back inside, where it's just kind of it is what it is, just run around a little bit and just get loose and just work on a little chemistry. But
one guy that really kind of came along for you last year was Gavin Mishek. He kind of was on the defensive line, and then he moved up a little bit. He was more kind of a winger / fallback to the defensive line for you. You've got obviously your tied for at the top in goal scoring a year ago, and Ordaz Zambrano, he's back with 13 goals from a year ago. Talk about your midfield and forwards coming into the season, and who do you really kind of expect to maybe shine for you a little bit out there?
Well, we can't overlook Aaron and what he'll bring. We count on him there, but we're also looking at we'd love to relieve a little bit of pressure so it's not so much every ball has to go through Aaron. And where it's he can be the playmaker, but he doesn't have to be. And just to free him up and take us that pressure at the same time. So we look for his brother to help out, Andreas. He came on really pretty strong last year. Angel Gomez will be around. He's always going to be in the mix.
He's got speed.
Yes. Yeah.
Big time. Yeah.
And then, and so those guys see where they'll match up, and, they'll be in the middle, out on the wing. Probably Angel's looking to be out there possibly. He played a lot of center for us, but probably pop him out a little bit and see what we can come up with in a new spot, some new guys, and then pop in the middle, in the center spot. Put center forward, but
you've got a good defensive line, good pieces coming back to that defensive line too, right?
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's too often that you can get your whole defense to come back. And so that is nice. Aiden Bell is, wasn't able to finish the year with us due to an injury, but he's recovered well. He's been working out really pretty well. He started off a little bit shy, but he's been moving out now and really kind of just really trying to test that knee. Looks good. So the doctor says he's free to go. So
yeah, that's good to hear. And of course, your keeper, who I thought he had a great game against Ankeny Centennial last year on the last match of the year. Jonathan Nunez, is back. 31 goals allowed, 126 saves, 80%. I mean, he was the man back there all season. I mean, How important was that to the success last year in that step you took?
Extremely, especially when you look at him as he doesn't ever seem to be rocked or just he's just calm. He's just like let's go out and block some goals. Let's just here they come again. Okay, no big deal, I've got you, coach. And it is great, because he just it's great no matter which. If we're playing it back to get it started and bringing it back out through him. Everybody's got the confidence that he's going to be there. Yeah. And he is, and time again. He's there, and so it's great.
Yeah. Last question for you, Scott. Every year there's always excitement, the new buildup of a new year. What's kind of getting you excited heading into this new season?
This may be weird, but Franklin Field. That's just a great piece there.
Very nostalgic, cool thing.
Yeah. When we heard about it, I was really just kind of floored. I really didn't know that was in the works, and but really, besides that, just that great opportunity that's going to bring to us, and just the exposure there. Really, just the nucleus of this team, and looking at what it is. The guys that we're bringing back, and we talked about Aaron, and I know Coach Apple was talking about Kyle being with him for a number of years. Aaron's that for me. He's been there for this is his fourth season. He's I think he didn't start the first couple games his freshman year. So he's been there ever since, and I don't want to talk too much about him because I don't want to put that X on him. But he is just it's just those guys. I think about just the nucleus that he has brought and able to bring everybody up around him. Yeah, and make them better.
Kind of elevate. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Well, awesome. We look forward to the season. Can't wait to cover it. Thanks for the time, Scott.
Thank you.
All right, give it up, Scott Johannes. We'll continue with soccer. We'll talk to Aaron and Jonathan when we come back on KFJB-TV.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit VisionSource-MarshalltownEyeCare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
Eat at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and support the Bobcats when you order the Bobcat Burger. 2 juicy quarter-pound beef patties stacked with crispy bacon, sautéed onions, and a mouth-watering blend of American, cheddar, Jack, and Swiss cheeses, all on a toasted bun with fresh shredded lettuce. And here's the best part. $1 from every Bobcat burger sold goes to Marshalltown High School activities. Satisfy your burger craving and support the Bobcats at the same time. Only at Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside, right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
Back in on Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV. Brandon Lewis with you. Elijah Bond, our producer tonight. And I got to get my voice back for soccer season because I feel like I'm going to call a few goals this year. Right, Aaron?
Yeah, you will.
Aaron Ordaz Zambrano and Jonathan Nunez. Jonathan, last year being the number one keeper, working with that defensive line. Coach is right. I mean, I never saw you too high or too low. How calming, though, is it working with a solid defensive line back there and making your job probably a little bit easier?
It makes it way easier, you know. Being able to trust them just puts me in a better state of mind, you know. I can always trust them, always puts me in a better position because, you know, without that trust, how am I supposed to know where I'm supposed to be at on the field, you know?
Yeah.
So with them, it makes it way easier.
Yeah. What was the biggest thing that you noticed in your jump up to taking over that number one keeper job? Was there a game where you're like, okay, this is what it's all about, or was it just all, hey, we're just playing soccer out here?
It's just, you know, getting used to it and then getting the job done, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And you got the job done a lot. So what have you been working on in the off season?
You know, just working on my knowledge, you know. A lot of being the goal is knowing where to be at because, you know, the ball goes anywhere, you know. They chip it over you, put it around you. Yeah. It's a lot of just knowing where to be, knowing how to manipulate the striker, going where you want them to go.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Aaron Ordaz Zambrano on with us. What's your off-season kind of look like?
A lot of training every day. You know, my brother is an assistant coach, so he pushes me every day to get better.
Yeah, and he played at Simpson, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So what's it like to kind of learn something from your brother that he's moved on and played at the higher level? And I believe last year you guys went down to Mexico and trained together, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So what's all that kind of experience? Kind of, how do you feel like it's maybe helped you the most in your game?
Yeah, Ronaldo obviously helped me a lot. You know, pushing me every day to be better, as long as my little brother Andres, and having them there is a big help.
Yeah. What's it like playing with your younger brother Andres?
It's fun. You know, sometimes it can get in an argument, but we end up solving it at the end.
Yeah. You know, last year you guys had Rafa and Joel out there. You guys were going in a matchup of who was going to score more goals, I felt like, during the year. Those two brothers were so fun to cover. As you lose those guys, I know last year I saw Angel Gomez really kind of come on at the end of the season and play better. Who do you kind of, are impressed by, or who do you kind of feel like is going to kind of help step up in that role this year to take over in their spot?
Yeah, definitely just as well. Mm-hmm. They're training with me every day, so I see them improve as long as myself,
Yeah. You guys never backed down from a challenge last year. I was amazed how well you guys performed in postseason play. Where does that kind of come from? Because you guys seem pretty tight-knit and pretty you guys aren't going to back down from any opponent.
Yeah, we all step on that field. We're all the same, and being scared is not going to help anybody. So
yeah, for sure. Right. I see you smiling, Jonathan. Yeah. How pumped are you guys for March 30th to get going against North?
I think about it every day.
That's awesome. Well, we look forward to covering you guys this season, and best of luck in training and getting ready for the upcoming year.
All right, thank you.
All right, give it up for Aaron as well as Jonathan on with us here on KFJB-TV.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
At Lennox Employees Credit Union, you're more than a member, you're family. Since 1948, we've been helping members and their families save more, borrow smarter, and reach their financial goals. Whether it's a low-rate auto loan, a mortgage that feels manageable, or simply a savings account that grows with you, we're here to make banking simple and stress-free. Discover the credit union difference today. Visit Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main in Marshalltown, where people helping people is more than a motto. It's who we are. Learn more at lennoxecu.com. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Back in on Bobcat Live, Brandon Lewis with you. Thanks for joining us tonight. As be sure to like and subscribe to KFJB-TV. It's all free. Our next upcoming game is on Saturday. Girls basketball postseason. We'll wrap up with girls basketball at the end of the show here tonight. But going to switch gears and talk a little MCC Tiger Athletics and new athletic director. I mean, not new athletic director, but new to the program here for the first time. And you're a Marshalltown native coming back, taking over as athletic director. What's it like to be back, and what kind of brought you back here?
Yeah, I mean, the last, I think I've been 5 months now. It's been amazing to be back in town and, see familiar faces and get to know new faces too. And just being back home where my family is, where I grew up, it's a really good feeling. So,
yeah.
I mean, being back in town with family, that's a big reason why I came back. And like I said, just really want to see the community thrive and really, kind of hitting the ground running, trying to get MCC more involved with the community and the community more involved with MCC. So, like I said, just really want to see the community thrive all together.
Yeah, no kidding. And I think one of those steps is announcing a new bowling program.
Yeah.
I mean, even in your article you guys put out, you mentioned it, the success of Bobcat Bowling kind of helped just in that process. So how important is that in having a relationship with Marshalltown School District?
It's huge. I mean, I think it's a huge part of bringing the success to MCC too. If we don't have that connection, then, like I said, not even just them, but I even think it starts at the youth level. If we can start and continue to grow that all the way through the college level, like I said, I just think it's a huge thing for the community too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm sure you're familiar with Brynjar Brynjolfsson.
Yeah.
He does a lot of that youth stuff on the weekends, which I give him kudos because he's running his tail off and lining those things up. But you're right. I mean, it starts with getting the kids involved. I love it when the roundhouse is packed with, some of the middle schoolers taunting the opposing team at the free throw line and going crazy and going up to players and, talking to them after the game. I mean, but if you build that up, right, that eventually converts into, Bobcats and future Tigers too.
Yeah, that's the vision anyway, and you see what they're doing here at Wayward too with, the youth bowling that they have going here as they're growing it. And like I said, between that and the success at MHS, the addition of bowling seemed like a good fit for us. So, like I said, just trying to take the community success and kind of build off that and make it even bigger.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, all right. So you left as a Bobcat. You went and played softball at Central, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And then what after that? What kind of built your career to be able to come back here?
Yeah. After I graduated at Central, I took my first job as a coach, softball coach at Millikan University. where I coached for 10 years. I basically took that program from, very bottom of the conference to winning the conference to going to the national tournament. So I basically kind of achieved some of the goals I was going after there. And when I did that, I kind of set my sights on different goals and probably more administration and trying to get more into the whole department. And that's kind of what led me out of coaching into the admin role. So
yeah. So I know you're telling me you're excited about your baseball and softball programs. Tell me a little bit about that and what's going in a good positive direction for those programs.
Yeah, there are 2 new coaches there. Both have been a great addition to our coaching staff, and I mean I cannot be thankful enough for our staff there right now. Between everybody there, I think we have probably one of the best coaching staffs that I could have asked to come and be a part of. So they do a tremendous job in all aspects as far as like helping the department, recruiting, and being there for each other. Like I said, I couldn't ask for a better department. And Kevin and Dave, our new softball, baseball coach, they kind of fit right into that as well. Yeah. And excited to see what they bring and what they create as their own team. So
yeah, for sure. And that it takes a collective group. I mean, to do all that kind of stuff and being able to accomplish all these things. So, with that, in trying to accomplish different things, what's kind of like some big goals that you have, or is it kind of a, kind of figuring everything out right now and see as you maybe kind of establish as you go along?
No, there's definitely goals. There's always got to be goals if you want to reach the top. So, I mean, there's definitely stepping stones to get there. But I mean, that is the goal, is to put us on the top in everything, so it's not just one thing, and it's a collective, and it's doing things the right way. It's doing it as a group, as a family, as a department. There, we can't have separations. It's doing it together and taking each department to the top and each program. So
esports is I would have to say is probably a huge strength in your school. Seeing that esports grow, and then obviously that has only led to increased enrollment for the college as well. How cool is that? Because I know you were here for our esports night. Just seeing that grow.
I mean, it's incredible. Really, it's incredible when I talk to people about it, what I've learned about it, what Nate and Andrew are doing there. Like I said, just incredible. And you put them in with our coaching staff too. Is again, 2 guys that are doing things the right way. Again, have a vision, have a goal, and have gone out to make it happen. And like I said, again, just feeding off of that, they've done tremendous things for not only the college esports, but like I said, the community too. So, and those are, like I said, piecing all those things together is kind of the vision I have. So yeah, for sure. It is so amazing. I feel like sometimes people, maybe if you don't have kids in high school or getting ready to go to college, but in my role being kind of connected, it's always amazing. I talk to some kids and I've already I'm ready to graduate from the culinary department. I mean, the opportunities can lead to even more, right? And that's what you guys are here for. Yeah, we are. And like I said, that's the end all. So yeah, for sure. Well, thanks so much for coming out. Appreciate it. Yeah. Good to meet you. If anybody wants to find out any more information about how they can help support MCC athletics or anything of that nature, how can they do so? Absolutely. You can find us on any kind of social media. Big things, our website. We have our fan site on there. Any kind of support, or just to see what the schedule looks like, live stream, anything like that, you can find right on the MCC athletic website. Awesome. So, Whitney, thanks for coming by. Thanks for having me. Yeah, thanks, give it up. Whitney Sowers, athletic director at MCC. We'll talk MCC women's basketball when we come back on KFJB-TV.
We do more than just t-shirts and hoodies. Check with Adlet Engraving and Screen Print for awards, lasered items, embroidery, and of course, imprinted apparel. 307 Riverside, right here in Marshalltown. Easy parking, delivery is available.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You've got goals. You need a plan. Don't waste time or money. At Marshalltown Community College, you get the power to choose. Transfer to a 4-year university or step straight into a career in healthcare or trades. Small classes, caring faculty, real-world experience. Marshalltown Community College. Your future starts now.
Back in on Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV. Now joined by Dylan Longley. He is the women's basketball coach out here with us at Bobcat Live. And, I had a chance to make it to the Nyack game when you hosted them back in, December?
Yep.
It's been fly. I'm gonna have you move that mic just a little bit closer there, but it's been my schedule gets. I wish I could have gotten out to a few more games, but I went to that one, and Nyack still ranked in the top 25. I believe they're 12th right now.
Yep.
You almost knocked them off. It was a 1-point game, but just a fun environment. I thought the students over by me were going to get onto the floor at one point, and it was just a fun game, and I think really kind of highlighted how hard the ladies are working right now for your women's team.
Yeah, I've got a great group of kids, and the Nyack game was kind of what told us, hey, we can compete with anybody in the conference. They're a really good team, but I think more importantly, it showed us that if we execute a game plan, we can beat anybody. The other thing is I think it's shown our progress over the 3 years that I've been here, because the first 2 years, the honest truth is we haven't been competing with those top teams. So it was a heartbreaker because, towards the end we had some opportunities to win it and we didn't. But it was a really good game. It was fun to be a part of, and I hope we have more like that.
Yeah, for sure. Now you're winding down your regular season. You've got just 2 more games. Fans have a chance to come out and see as you wrap up against Kirkwood Community College next Wednesday. What do you kind of, as the season kind of progresses here, you kind of know your team obviously, but what do you look out of them for the final 2 games here?
Just to play hard, honestly. This is a group, we don't have the record that I wish we would have had this year, and we've had a lot of close games against top 25 teams that we could have and maybe should have won, but the last 2 games, I just want to see us play hard and compete. It's 2 opportunities to show what we've got, allow our sophomores to go out on a strong note, and then our freshmen to keep developing. And so that's really the goal of the last 2 games. And a lot of teams could pack it in right now, right?
Yep.
We don't have the record we want. We haven't been winning some games that we thought we could win, and it says a lot about us. We're not quitters. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep getting better, and preparing those sophomores to be ready at the 4-year level, and then preparing our freshmen to be great sophomores next year.
Yeah. And you're setting 3 sophomores to the next level?
Yep, and they haven't decided where they're going to go yet. They've had a lot of interest, but I'm really excited that 100% of our sophomores are going on to play at the next level, because it's not about me. It's about them coming here, getting that opportunity, getting re-recruited, and getting to go on and play at a high level. So
yeah, I think sometimes a lot of people are probably guilty of forgetting they are student athletes at the end of the day. So what's that like at the college level? Because I'm sure, going from high school to college, I remember, it's a step up, exams are harder, that kind of stuff.
I always say that the biggest difference, athletically, is kids are bigger, faster, stronger. I think the biggest difference academically is you don't have mom and dad going, okay, you got to do your homework. You got to do this. I mean, you're an adult, right?
Yep.
So I always tell the kids, I'm going to give you all the tools to be successful. I'm going to open the door for you, but you have to walk through it. And it is a delicate balance, right? And making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to academically. But I've been very fortunate this year. I've had 0 issues with our girls. We are a family, and I have a lot of fun around them. So I haven't had to show up at their class or anything like that. So
that's always a positive
thing,
right?
It makes it easier.
Yeah. When you look, you are athletics coordinator, kind of like in your other job that you have, and then when we were talking with Whitney also about kind of building the community and what Brynjar does at the youth level, how important is that for you at what you do, and maybe potentially getting new Tigers down the road and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, you mentioned Brynjar. He's always given me ideas, and actually one idea he brought to me this year was to help out with the 7th grade girls team at Miller. And so that was a lot of fun. I did that with Ryan O'Neill. Got up every morning at 6:15 and went and did that. But the cool part is for our Emerson Classic, we invited all those girls out, and it was an awesome experience for those kids to see college girls play, kids that are role models for them. But then, again, going back to how much I really, really love my team, my girls just absolutely adored those kids. And, like, all of a sudden they were like their little sisters. So creating that bond within the community, I think, is super important. And, we're not 100% there yet, but, during these last 3 years, we've built some of those relationships, and I think it can only get better.
Yeah, for sure. You're no stranger to kind of helping grow and develop things. I was reading about at Palo Verde College. You were there. You actually helped start the women's program. So how instrumental was that to when you go on to other jobs and learning from, hey, this is kind of how you establish a baseline, and here's how we build up?
Yeah, wow, it's a blast from the past, because there's definitely some stories from those 2 years at Palo Verde. It was a difficult challenge, but it prepared me for this job, and it's going to prepare me for the next job too. It allowed me to really hit the ground running here 2.5, 3 years ago, because I knew what I needed to start a program. It wasn't about wins and losses right away. It was about making sure we had the numbers, making sure we were competitive. And where we're at now is kind of where I was getting to at Palo Verde, as far as having the right kids in the program, the character kids. And, I think it makes it difficult when you have attitudes, or you have kids that are just there for themselves. And that was something I learned at Palo Verde, and that's kind of where we're at now. That's why we have very good chemistry. We are a very family-oriented type of group. I'm sure you can hear my daughter yelling in the background a little bit. I mean, my girls, they love Tommy. Like, they walk right by me after games, and I'm like, okay, sounds good, But yeah, it gave me a lot of great experiences to have, some success here and kind of rebuild MCC, because it wasn't in a great place when I took it over, but I think we're in a really good place right now.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. Well, best of luck. Thanks so much for bringing your family out tonight, and hopefully Tommy's being okay for you.
Yeah, it's bedtime, so we're getting close here.
Well, we better let you go then, all right?
Thank you.
I know how it is with a 2-year-old as well. So anyway, give it up for Dylan. Appreciate him coming out here tonight. When we come back, we'll talk girls basketball on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Welcome back into Bobcat Live, now joined by Megan Heitman. Man, I sound rough, but I think it's been a slow decline as the show has gone on
for
here.
Sure. That's almost as bad as a Coach Murphy voice crack.
I'm going on vocal rest tomorrow. Megan Heitman on with us. Ladies with a really nice fourth quarter to finish out a 42-27 win. Coach Murphy even said in the pregame, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in the year, but your ladies did it. Had a little bit of a rough second and third quarter, but holy smokes, fourth quarter came around and really dominated and showed I guess what you're really looking for, creating scoring and the defense doing a great job. How impressed were you with how they finished the game, with Lincoln third time around?
I mean, I think that's a the seniors weren't going to lose that game, right? And you saw it in who was scoring and who was making plays. Kinsley wasn't going to lose that game. Georgia wasn't going to lose that game. And then everybody just bought into it. I mean, Lincoln's a good team, and they're a team that we know very well. We've played, their seniors for 4 years. We've played some of our girls play on the same team as some of their girls in attack in the summertime. So they're a team we know very well. We knew they weren't going to come in and just let us beat them. That's not their motto either.
They're scrappy.
Yes, they are scrappy.
And you can see that in the foul
totals.
And
they're going to work hard. Right.
Yeah, for sure. Now you advance on. You go to Dowling coming up on Saturday, second ranked. Obviously, they've got quite some ladies on their team. One of the ladies going to go and play at Mizzou next year. What's kind of your scouting report on what you'll have to do well? I know Coach Murphy mentioned you're in a much better position than in years past as far as height and matchups go.
As far as matchups, the whole Muller family starts for them. So their freshman is, I think, listed at 5'11", juniors 6'2", seniors 6'3". Luckily, we got 5'11", 6'1", and 6'2" that we start that we can match up with them. We got to play the game. So they might be going to Mizzou and on to whatever, and they play basketball 12 months out of the year. But we're going to be scrappy, and everybody loves an underdog story. So,
for sure.
Right? We're going to go out with the mentality of we're going to get after them, make them uncomfortable, and see what happens.
Well, and that's what you've done a lot consistently, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah.
And being able to attack teams, turn them over. I mean, you've got 2 of the top 5 shot blockers in the state in 5A.
And one of them's on the other team. So three of the top shot blockers in the state are in one game.
What leads to, that continued success on the defensive end? We've talked about, the level of buy-in and being able to lock in and on that kind of thing. I mean, this is that game where that defense is going to have to shine, right?
Yeah, and we need to get. I mean, we've done a good job, especially the last night against Lincoln, is getting the ball pressure and forcing them into decisions that they might not want to make, or a pass that's not going to be a perfect pass, right? And these girls are really good at that. And if you look, I mean, Kinsley's probably one of our best on-ball defenders. Amara will drive a point guard nuts, which is what we're asking her to do on Saturday. And Georgia and Millie will intercept all the passes. And they can do that because they know Frankie's back there to protect the rim, right? So we just have a really good lineup of girls that trust each other and know that if I make this, take this risk to go try and get this pass or get this steal, somebody's going to have my back, and then I'm going to hustle back and get back into it. So it's that just kind of relentless scrappiness that, sometimes we kind of thrive in a little bit of chaos, and so let's create some chaos and have some fun.
I love it. One person who creates a little bit of chaos, and you got her back after January, Kendall Brummels, really kind of, what's her role meant to this team? Because it seems like as she's gotten going, like the Des Moines East game last week, I thought she performed really well. She could come in there and really be a nice scorer, and also on the defensive end. Yeah,
she's the epitome of that scrappiness, right? And she's always a positive kid, always got a smile on her face, and let's go have fun, but do it 1,000 miles an hour. She just fits in with this team really, really well. I didn't really know that before until she got to get into practice, and then it was like, okay, yeah, Kendall's going to provide us that another sub to go in, and we're not going to lose anything, right? She's going to be just as hard-headed and hard-nosed on defense and provide some offense, and we're not going to lose anything.
Yeah. Coming up on Saturday at 7 o'clock, what's kind of the final preparation look like as you kind of scout teams and get ready in the playoffs?
Yeah, hopefully we'll have practice tomorrow, depending on what happens with school and stuff. We'll try and have a shoot-around at some point Saturday, and then just, we've already watched some film. We have playlists up for the girls to watch if they want to watch them, and I think between Coach Murphy and I, watched at least 3 games that Dowling's had. So we have some schemes, we have some ideas of some maybe quick baskets, some things that'll cause them a little chaos, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, we look forward to it Saturday night at Dowling, and you'll be able to watch that one right here on KFJB-TV. Megan, thanks for the time. Always good to see you.
Thanks.
And I'll rest the voice for Saturday.
Yes, please.
When we come back, we'll talk with senior basketball players right here on KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Back in on Bobcat Live, Brandon Lewis with you as we wrap up our final segment. We save the best for last here tonight. Kinsley Bowie, everybody, give it up. Only because I know I would embarrass her a little bit. Millie, I love was that a miniature dachshund on there?
Yeah.
I love it. I give it up for Millie. And a fan favorite of the broadcast, Georgia Jansen. Who's talking right now, Georgia? Do you remember that from last year?
Brandon?
Yeah, good guess. Your last Bobcat Live, you finally get it right. That's good. Kinsley, talk to me. Last night, this week. I've been all off. Have you guys been off?
Yeah.
Monday game, Wednesday game. We never have those.
It's a Thursday, right?
It's Thursday today. I'll have you move that mic up just a little bit. Sorry, it's caught there. You good? And there we go. Everybody's got to hear you on your last Bobcat Live. I know you are going to miss talking to us up here. But 16 points last night. One of my favorite moves of the girls' basketball season has come from you last night. I love the little sidestep three from straight on. That was...
I was shocked I made that, actually.
It's a little bit of a slow start for you this year, but over the past couple of weeks, you've really started to heat up with your shooting, and you're cutting to the basket and trying to create. You drew some fouls last night. How are you feeling offensively? Because it seems like you're really locked in right now.
Confident, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Confidence goes a long way, right?
Does. Yeah.
And of course, you're going to go on and play at the next level for volleyball, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're excited. All right, tell me in Minnesota, where are you going?
Oh my God, hold on. Where is it at?
Minnesota Western Tech, right?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
The town I forgot. Oh.
It's Jackson, I believe. Is that in Jackson?
Yeah,
Worthington.
Yeah.
Just down the road from Jackson.
Yeah.
That's right. Worthington's not a bad town. I like Worthington, Minnesota.
It's like Marshalltown.
Yeah. My parents live in Fairmont, which is just down the road from there. So, anyway, I'm familiar with Southwest Minnesota.
I don't know.
Yeah. How important, though, do you feel like it is being, a good cutter, taking on all those responsibilities on the offensive end and kind of opening things up in the front court?
I just cut to cut. And if I'm open great. If I shoot it, if not, I'll pass it back out.
That's always good.
Yeah.
It's good strategy. Georgia, you only had 1 point in the first half, and then boom, 10 points in the second half. Last year I was kind of reminiscing about last year a little bit, and I know you had a few struggles last year, but we have not seen that this year. You seem, like Kinsley said, just more confident. we've seen you on the defensive end with all those steals and some blocks, and then on the offensive end being able to create. How much, or what kind of work went in on the off season to kind of lead to you having such a great senior season?
Well, I think a lot of it is that being a senior, like, you kind of have to lead the others, and so I just got a little bit more confident and played better.
Yeah, and it's shown. Millie, tell me a little bit about being good on defense. What's it take? Because you've got all the blocks. If is Frankie taller by like what, an inch maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. If maybe you're an inch taller, you'd be right. She's got like, I don't know, 5 or 6 more blocks than you, I think, on the season. But what's it take to be good on that defensive side?
Maybe your feet stay in front of the person you're guarding, and then if you get beat, don't swing.
Don't hack him is what you're saying, right? Being able to be a versatile player, how important is that too for you? Because we've seen you kind of move around on the floor. If Amara's out, you're running the point. If you've got your starting 5, you're kind of in a little bit of a different role. How important is that? Maybe telling younger basketball players on your team, maybe the freshmen, of being versatile and being able to do multiple things.
Just doing whatever I can to help the team. I think that's kind of what I've been asked to do. So I just do it.
You just step up to the table.
Yeah.
All right, Kinsley, give me one thing you got to do well on Saturday to knock off Dowling.
Play good defense.
Yeah, it all starts.
Take our time on offense, though.
Offense is great, but if you give up a bunch of points, then it's kind of pointless. And that's what you guys have done so well. Ladies have done so well this year. What do you think has led to such a good top 5, defense this year, Georgia?
I think a lot of us are really good at just predicting passes, and so then we can pick them up and steal them.
A lot of steals. Also, one thing, Millie, maybe you want to weigh in on this, but because it's happened quite a bit this year. On the opening tip, I've seen more fast break buckets to begin the game. Where do you think that kind of comes from? Is it something you see out there on the floor, how they're matched up, or what's kind of led to some of that?
I think just Frankie being taller than the other person.
That obviously helps. What would you say, Georgia, that you have valued the most or appreciate the most about your 4 years of playing on this girls basketball team?
Definitely the team.
Yeah.
I would say, like, if it wasn't a fun team, then I probably wouldn't still be playing.
Yeah. Millie?
Yeah, what Georgia said.
This takes me back to the freshman years of interviewing you both. But you both, it is so fun to watch. If we would throw on like a First Cat connection when you were a freshman versus now, you two are miles have improved. My voice is not so great here tonight. That is not improved. But Kinsley, what about you?
What Georgia said.
Oh,
it's true, though.
It is true. And that's one thing I hear a lot, and which is so fun to see you ladies, how connected you are. And I'm sure that, I'm sure that's one thing you hope continues after you leave the program, right?
Yeah.
Is everybody kind of, because we love it when everybody's out here at Bobcat Live. That's honestly the one thing that I really appreciate about Bobcat Live is being able to see the families out here and connecting. I think we've got the Hughes family, and Ellie graduated last year, so it's great to see those people out here. And Georgia, I see your mom and dad everywhere. Millie, I can't get away. I see your mom everywhere. I see your dad as well. I'm always running into Jim.
Oh, he's everywhere.
Jim's here. So anyway, awesome. Wish you nothing but the best of luck on Saturday night, and hopefully we continue on and you knock off number 2 Dowling, all right? Go get them. Go Cats, that's for sure. Hey, thanks so much to my producer here tonight, Elijah Bond, Brandon Lewis. You've been watching Bobcat Live from Wayward Social on KFJB-TV.